Hey, how's it going? If you're like me, you got a lot of extra tool batteries sitting around. Maybe you don't have Milwaukee M18 or M12, but one thing you can do to help get better organized is to print these battery holders. I use them with a 3D printer. Let me show you what we got. Now, the design isn't mine. Um, it's just a super simple design. It's got two screw holes. You can mount it. I have mine zip tied, as you saw earlier, and it's super easy. You just take a M18 battery or M12 battery, and they just slide in there, and gravity just holds them in place. So you can go either this way or this way. I 3D printed this one out of PETG, but the one I have installed is made out of PLA. Super simple. I haven't posted any 3D printing projects here on the channel, mostly because I'm kind of self-conscious about my 3D printing lack of abilities, but this is a super simple project. The design is not mine. I'll put a link to the original design in the description below. So if you want to try this yourself, it's pretty simple. You just go to, I think it's things.com or things.com, and you download the design, and I'll show you how I print it. All right, so first thing you do is just type in things.com, and then take a look at it. You can see here. And then we'll just type in M12 battery holder. And I use this one here. It holds 3. There's other designs that hold more. And this is a design by Benford 266. Again, this is not my design. All the credit goes to him, and I'll link his site here. And you're just going to click on the download button right here. And it'll download. Once it's done, we'll open up our Cura. I use Cura. All right, so we'll open up Cura. Here I have Cura 5.4. It doesn't matter what version you're using, but we'll open up File. For this particular printer, I'm using a Ender 3 Pro. We'll import the design into Cura. You can see there. Again, I am not the best 3D printer, but you can see here I'm using 0.28 quality, and I got these from Chep, from his channel. He has a great site that has Cura profiles. But my layer height is 0.28. I find that that's just really quick. I can print one of these in about an hour. Wall thickness, I prefer a wall line count of 3, so we'll change that. Top bottom thickness, I keep top and bottom layers at 3. See here, infill density, 25. I see tends to work in cubic. I've had a lot of success with. My printer does well. Printer temperature, 225. I'm going to change that with this PETG. I am using Overture PETG, and 235 seems to be the temperature that works best. Build plate temperature of 70 for PETG works for me. Again, your mileage may vary if you're using PLA. Print speed, I got all the time in the world, so I'm just going to slow this down. I find that I just get, with PETG, I get a lot less stringing when I just slow it down. Again, my printer will print at 60 millimeters per second, but you know, I'll make it even inner wall speed. I'll slow down. That way and I'll slow this down to 20, and top bottom speed, I like to make it 15. Travel speed doesn't matter. Initial layer, I get as slow as possible. Cooling, so I have the Chep profile for cooling. You can kind of see here, I got 50% fan speed. This doesn't need supports. Those screw holes in the center, I'll put those right there. You can kind of see they might have a little bit of material inside the screw hole. Can you focus? Yeah, you can see there, but it's nothing significant. It is a fairly large build area, so I do use a brim, and I'll just keep it at 15 is a little excessive. We'll go down to maybe a little bit, about half of that. 8. And then I'm ready to go. Then you just slice it down here in your bottom right-hand corner. It's thinking. 5 hours, 44 minutes. Again, I can print these in about an hour and a half if I use the extra fast profile. This is the extra fast profile. I'm just modifying it, and then you'll save it to disk. And I'll just put it in my Ender 3 Pro. Right there, battery holder. I've already done this, so I want to overwrite it, sure. Then I'll open that folder. Then I'm going to open up, I use Octoprint. So I have some Raspberry Pis attached to my printer here. And then we will just import this. And I'll upload overwrite. And then we click print. And now we play the waiting game. All right, with the miracle of video editing, the print is now complete. Let's take this over and finish post-processing and finishing. I'll show you what we got. Okay, so here's the one we just pulled off the 3D printer. You can see it still has the brim on it. So I use this here. It's just a deburring tool. They're pretty inexpensive. This is just a Gridfinity holder from Zach Friedman. I'll post a link down to this as well. The Gridfinity system is excellent for garage organization. So the brim, super satisfying. You just take this deburring tool, and you're going to just work it down in there. And actually, I might not even need the deburring tool. I just kind of peel off, get that brim off there. It comes off in one piece. That's nice. I think that's a feature of Cura 5.4. It's just the brim is easier to remove. And you can see I got a couple spots where it didn't. I'll just grab the deburring tool. Hopefully you can see there. We'll just bring it along. As you can see, my fat finger's getting in the way. And then focus is horrible. I apologize. Fortunately, there's no take two with the deburring. It's either on or it's off. So I'm trying to get you so you can see here. Yeah. And that's it. Now we have just, you see it's got screw holes. Like I said, I mounted mine with some zip ties through the holes and onto a wire shelf. Your batteries just drop right in there, and now you got a place to store your batteries and they're not on the charger. So I really like the 3D printer for practical prints. It's great for the shop, whether you're a woodworker, metal worker, just turning pen. There's all kinds of projects. We'll try to cover a few 3D printing projects, more shop related here. Like I said, don't really print the fancy stuff. I'm more of a practical guy. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful. And if you're interested in 3D printing, there's some great channels. I'll post some links, like I said, to Chep. His site is a fantastic resource. Thangs.com or Thangs, THANGS.com. It's a great place to get printer files. They're all free to download. Yeah, there's a few other websites. I'll post them down below. They're really helpful resources, especially if you're a beginner. And of course, if you have any questions, I'm not an expert, but just put them down below. I'll answer them. I try to answer every comment I see. So hopefully this helped. Anyway, thanks for watching.